Hey guys, I'm April from Giggle Glitter Graphics, and I am here with a new free printable project. This project goes out with my email list every Friday, and if you're signed up, you'll get this in your email today. Otherwise, if you'd like to sign up and get this kit immediately, you can find a link in the description down below. So today I'm assembling my Mystic Archive Trifold. This Trifold matches my Mystic Archive journal kit, which is a huge journal kit up in my Etsy shop. It has at least 60 pages in it, 2 more projects for you to make, 4 different pocket tags, and a mini folio with visual assembly instructions. And you can find out more about that by going into the description down below and clicking on the link for the Mystic Archive journal kit. So let's get started assembling the Trifold. I've printed everything on 110-pound cardstock. There are 4 pages, 3 pages of ephemera, and then 1 backer paper, 1 piece of digital paper. You only need to print the digital paper on the back of the page that has this large panel. You can print it on the back of everything, that's up to you, but this 1 page is definitely recommended. I've also put vintage photo distress ink on all of the edges. My glue today is going to be Beacon Fabri-Tac. You can use any liquid glue as long as it has a fine tip on it. You're going to want to be able to make thin lines with your glue. I'm just going to move everything out of the way here. I kind of have my ephemera in some little clusters here. And I'm going to start with my main panel. And on this main panel, you can see there are a couple of lines here. You're just going to fold these panels in right on those lines. So creasing on either side of these little drawers. You'll want to go back and forth a couple of times. That's going to allow your trifold to open and close a little more smoothly and not get stuck quite as much. I'm going to go ahead and put some distress ink on those creases because I like the look of it, but also it will help you see how I'm positioning everything inside of the trifold. So I'm going to start on the interior, and I'm going to make sure that I have this the right way up, that my books are sitting on the shelves and not hanging off the shelves. So make sure you have your panel right side up. Go ahead and flip that over. Your inside pattern might be flipped a little bit. It might not look exactly like mine. It just depends on what direction you put your paper through the printer. So don't be alarmed if my pattern is slightly different from yours. And I'm going to start with the side pockets. So there are angled pockets for the right and left panels. And I'm just going to grab my glue here. And I'm going to flip this over and do a thin line of glue on the long side and the bottom of each of these pockets. This is only 2 sides. And then I'm going to butt the pocket up all the way to the side and bottom of the panel. So we want to go to that left outside edge and then all the way to the bottom. I'm going to repeat that for the other pocket. Gluing the bottom as thin of a line as close to the edge as I can. And all the way to the right side and the bottom. Next, we're going to add these little drawer pockets. They should be identical. They're going to center on each of these angled pockets. These get glue on 3 sides, right, left, and bottom. So again, nice thin line. You can be a little sparing. I'm going to put that all the way to the bottom. You can raise it up just a little if you like the look of that. And in fact, I do like the look of that. So I'm going to raise it up. Just leave a little margin at the bottom and center it up on your angled pocket. And then repeat that for the second one. All 3 sides. And then centered on the angled pocket. In the center, we have 2 drawer pockets. Now the placement of these, you're going to want to grab your ephemera pieces. That includes these 2 little square pieces, the rune looking piece, and this book plate piece. And you're going to want to kind of pretend you're putting them in the pockets. And if you don't want your things to stick out of the top, you'll need to leave a little bit of room. So I'm going to set up my placement. And I can see, and this is probably true for you as well, that the bottom of this pocket is kind of lining up with the points of these pockets. So that's a good visual cue for that. So I'm going to place this one first. Again, we're gluing on 3 sides. And I'm going to kind of line up with those points and center it on the panel. And I'm going to repeat that for the second drawer. And I'm going to place this one all the way to the bottom. Again, you could ease that up just a little bit if you like a little bit of a gap there. That is totally fine as well. So now I have my inside pockets and I'm going to flip the whole thing over. And I'm going to grab the Mystic Archive sign, and this is a pocket for the front. And this tag is going to go down inside of it. So you're going to want to position this pocket just like we kind of looked at our placement on the inside. We're going to figure out where that's going to go. And you can see it's kind of lined up on the bottom of that shelf. That works for me. And this is going to get glued on 3 sides. Now, if you're noticing, I've got print on the back of this and those last 2 pockets. They were on the same page as this one. So they just kind of end up printed as a default. And I'm just going to kind of center this up. You might need to kind of flip this over to eyeball that. So at this point, all your pockets are in place, and you should let this dry really well before we insert the ephemera. All right, I've let my pockets dry and I'm ready to put things inside of my trifold. So the obvious place to start is right here on the front, and I am just going to tuck this tag right down in my pocket. And then let's flip to the inside. There are 2 larger tags. These go into our larger pockets. Now, if you're putting these in and you got too much glue in and they're just not going in correctly, and that happens. It happens to all of us. It happens to me. There are 2 different things you can do. One, you can grab a bone folder or a pair of scissors or something thin and kind of go in there and look and see if you've got a stray dot of glue and need to pop something. Just give it a little push around, see if you can make a little space. If you're still not able to get it in, you can always trim down just a little bit if you're just sticking out just a little bit, but you shouldn't really have that problem. If you keep your glue lines fairly thin, things should fit in really well, but I'd like to give you some problem solving tips while I'm here. So we've got those in, and I'm going to fill my little pockets. These each get a tall tag and a little fussy cut. So I've got a stack of books here. And I've got a potion and my bird there. And then in the center, there are a few little ephemera pieces, my typewriter and my lamp. And that is everything in my little trifold folio. Now, I'm not going to do anything else to this, but if you want to add some embellishments or you want this to stay more securely closed, you could add a Velcro dot here. You can wrap it in ribbon or twine or something like that. Or due to the size of this, it is a great piece to just slide down into a pocket in your journal, and then you don't have to worry about securing it unless you want to do it for aesthetic purposes. Well, I hope you've enjoyed this project. Again, if you're not signed up for the email list, go to the link in the description down below, get signed up, get this kit for free so you can do a project today. And then every Friday from then on, you will get a new freebie in your inbox for you to work on. It could be a project, it could be just some free ephemera. It just depends on what I'm working on that week. So get signed up, get your freebies. You also should totally check out the Mystic Archive Journal Kit in my Etsy shop. It is a huge kit and it really has enough pieces in it that you can make a full journal. So it is a really efficient purchase if that is something that you would like to do. Thank you so much. Please like and subscribe, and I will see you in the next video.